Gravity, you fucking retard! Gravity! Have you ever heard of fucking gravity? Gravity! Gravity!
Yeah! 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 Hurry back here!
Hi, this is an addendum video to the previous video I made about the moon orbiting within the concave Earth. In that video I did not talk about tides, and because I wasn't quite sure whether or not it was just the moon and the sun relieving the pressure as they orbited around the inside of the Earth, or there was something what Donald Stuff 52 brought up when he said that he proposed a theory that the glass sky is actually going higher and lower throughout the day. And so I thought about that, and that seemed to be making more sense as I thought about it more. And so when I looked into it, I realized, I even mentioned this before, that there have been found traces of metal in the glass sky, magnetite or iron. So the glass sky is slightly magnetic. And so as the moon orbits around, because I believe the moon as well is metal, so the moon is actually pulling the glass sky closer to itself as it moves around the inside of the Earth throughout the day. Not only that, on the moon side of the glass sky, but on the opposite side, I believe there's a stress reaction that's happening as well. So we have this pinching. So this glass sky looking top down is more like an oval. So there's your only ellipse within the concave Earth. So this glass sky is moving around throughout the day. I believe the sun also is magnetic, but it doesn't have as much effect on the glass because it's further away. And so the sun will affect the tides as well, but predominantly it's the moon. And so this just throws... See, gravity is a fictitious force, people. Listen to Tesla, okay? Tesla scorned the advocates of gravity. He scorned Einstein and all that theoretical bullshit of relativity. It has nothing to do with it. It's universal compression. You are being pushed to the ground, not pulled by this fictitious force of gravity. See, gravity is, even Wikipedia will admit it. It says gravity is the weakest of the four fundamental forces of nature. The gravitational force is approximately 10 to the negative 38 times the strength of the strong force, 10 to the 36 times the strength of the electromagnetic force, and 10 to the negative 29 times the strength of the weak force. As a consequence, gravity has a negligible influence on the behavior of the subatomic particles and plays no role in determining the internal properties of everyday matter. No role. They just admitted gravity has no, this concept of gravity has no role in everyday matter. On the other hand, though, this is where the theoretical bullshit goes into outer space. They haven't been to outer space. They can't test whether or not there's a force called gravity. They just assume, based on what? Tides? Well, I just explained to you why tides work. It has nothing to do with gravity. What else? The orbits of the planets? No, that's not because of gravity. I explained to you. I show you why the orbits of the planets work. It has to do with magnetism. It has to do with the temperature. When the planets get closer to the sun, they speed up. It has nothing at all to do with this fictitious force of gravity. See, they have to have this concept. It's this ad hoc concept. Oh, well, since the Earth is spinning and we're being held down to the Earth on this convex Earth, we have to make up this force. We have to, something has to be, it's just like just making up flying pink unicorns. It's the same fucking concept. It's fictitious. Okay, so on the other hand, gravity is the dominant force at the macroscopic scale. This is the cause of the formation, shape, and trajectory of astronomical bodies, including those of asteroids, comets, and planets. See, it's all bullshit, guys. It's all bullshit when they'll try to shame you with their ad populum bullshit. It's really funny. It's ironic too. I mean, just imagine if we were the majority. Just imagine this minority group of people, these fucking crackpots, thinking that the Earth is spinning. We're being held down to this magical force called gravity. They'd be laughed to fucking shame. So look at this. There's been metal to be found in the glass sky. Magnetite. Iron. It's slightly magnetic. So it's being pulled up. The moon is attracting the glass sky toward it. And so just remember, there was a literal flood, and after the flood, the glass sky formed, and the glass sky performed the function of pushing or keeping the water down. So when Noah saw the rainbow in the sky, it was a promise that the earth would not be flooded again. Why? Because the rainbow is indicative of a glass sky, and the glass sky pushes. It's an ether push. It's not this pull. Universal compression. Listen to Tesla, okay? Pushes you down. So the glass sky, when it's closer to the ground, the water level is lower. It's very simple. When it's higher to the ground, the water level heightens. It's right there. So now, once we get this ball rolling, once we get into the majority, we can start making fun of clowns like this guy.
Gravity, you fucking retard! Gravity! Have you ever heard of fucking gravity? Gravity! Gravity!
Listen to what he says backwards, though.
Yeah! Yeah! Yeah!
Subconsciously, he admits it. Ether.